Good morning, folks. Hey, everybody, welcome. It's Monday morning. I'm Dave Luer, and this is Motivation Monday. It is December. Oh my gosh, this is now the 23rd Monday in a row I've been doing this. Crazy, right? So I'm excited to be here, and I've got another very powerful message for you guys today. Hello, Anne. I knew you'd be joining me this morning. It's great to have you. You'll especially get a lot out of today's message. The messages that I bring to you are things that are very personal to me. They're experiences that I go through. They're lessons that I'm trying to learn myself and to implement into my own life. And so that's why these messages are so meaningful to me, and why quite often I'm very passionate about it is because, one of the best ways that I can incorporate new thinking and thoughts, good morning, Trevor, into my life is by helping teach you guys. And I just think that's fairly natural. So yesterday it was a great day. I got, Saturday I got a lot of work done. I've got Operations Monthly Live coming tomorrow, and I had a lot of preparation to do for that. And I found a little break in the action on Sunday to actually relax a little bit. And sorry for you Californians out there, but I got to watch the Titans absolutely crush the Raiders yesterday. It was an amazing afternoon. But now I'm getting off track a little bit. The point I'm trying to make is I was sitting there and I started thinking about all the work that I've got to do today on Monday, right? So it's Sunday, and I'm thinking about the future. I'm thinking about Monday. And it kind of dawned on me, it's no wonder so many people think Mondays suck. And I think it's because they allow Monday to rob them of an enjoyable Sunday. See how that works? And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you? If this resonates with you, make a comment. I'd love to see what your thoughts are on this subject. So today's message is really about giving yourself and those around you for Christmas the gift of presents. I know, really nerdy little play on words here, but you deserve some Christmas presents. And as a person that is now, I know I'm in my 50s now. I know that might surprise some of you, but when I was in my 30s, we're not thinking about the present moment as much as we're thinking about the future, or we're thinking about the past. And now as I'm in my 50s, I just really wish things would slow down. And I think that's quite natural. The older we get, we want things to slow down. And some of us don't really understand or know how to do that. I'm literally in one of the busiest times of my life. I mean, ever. I've got more going on. I'm running several companies right now. Things are going fantastic, but it's so busy. And sometimes I just wish things would slow down a little bit. And the secret to that is by becoming present and enjoying the journey instead of always thinking about some future goal, right? Goal setting, and you've heard me say this a million times before, goal setting is absolutely critical to anybody that wants to achieve greatness in their life. But it's not the goal that matters. It's the journey towards getting to the goal. You see how that works? So listen, I heard somebody once say that depression lives in the past and anxiety lives in the future. I can't remember who said that, but it's kind of stuck with me. So we must stop letting the future steal from our present, from the now, right? So how often do you guys lose sleep? You're laying in bed and you're thinking about some dumb thing that's probably never going to actualize in the future, right? But your mind takes over. It's like a movie reel that plays over and over again, and you just can't quiet it. And that is not these thoughts are not real. It's just like a movie reel that plays in your head. And the best way to, to quiet the mind is simply to become present. And I'm going to give you guys a couple tips on how to do that. Good morning, Shirley Hampton. So good to have you here with us today. So, people that can learn to be present, they're more relaxed. They actually can think quicker on their feet, and they're more engaging, right? Other people see them as more interesting because when they listen to people, they're actually listening to understand what the other person is saying instead of just listening with the intent to just respond. See, that is not being present. That is just trying to make yourself look good. So there's a lot of benefits to learning to become present, to quit thinking about the future and quit thinking about the past so much. So you've probably heard of the term mindfulness. Okay, so it's more than just some Eastern medicine or some new mental health fad that's going on. Mindfulness is actually a very important skill because oftentimes, well, almost all the time, when we're born and we grow up, nobody ever teaches us how to use our mind in the optimal way. Isn't that interesting? We have an amazing, powerful mind, but yet nobody's really given us a handbook on how to use it. So what mindfulness is simply a practice to be able to more powerfully utilize our amazing brain that we've been blessed with. So I didn't learn this from reading a book, believe it or not. I've read lots of books since. I've done a lot of research, scientific studies that have been done on the power of mindfulness, but I learned it from playing tennis, right? So those of you watching this, if you like to watch golf or maybe you're a tennis fan like I am, you'll notice that these people go through a routine. And the problem I was having is I was losing tennis matches when I was technically the more skilled tennis player. And it was very, very frustrating for me. And I had a very wise coach point out to me, the reason you're losing, Dave, is because you're thinking about the outcome more than you're thinking about the present moment. So what this gentleman was saying essentially was I was thinking about the score. I was thinking about what it would feel like to win or perhaps lose the match, but I wasn't staying present in that very moment to focus on the one thing that I needed to do, and that was just hit the ball. Right? So that was kind of what introduced me to mindfulness. And so you'll notice a lot of sports professionals have little routines that help bring them into the present moment so that they can perform at their optimum. And it's no difference than what you guys are doing. If you want to live a life of highest level of achievement, you must learn to also become present in these important moments. Okay, so here's a couple of tips to help you stay present and enjoy the journey, which is your life. Okay, so here's a couple of tips. Practice by becoming conscious of when you become distracted. Okay, now this takes practice. That's why they call it practicing mindfulness. When your mind gets distracted, you have to get to a point in your life where you recognize that, hey, I've been distracted, and you simply bring your attention back. So what a lot of people do is they'll actually use their breath, like they're breathing, take a deep breath and bring themselves back to the present moment. That is, for some people, a great method for avoiding distraction and coming back into the present moment. That's something that I've been working on, or like the golfers do. So maybe some of you watching are golfers. What are some routines that you can do repeatedly that is always going to bring you back into the present moment before you hit that ball? Or, for those of you going into a meeting, so again, this isn't just about sports. If you're going into a meeting with somebody, wouldn't you like to be present with these people? Wouldn't you like the best version of you to be in that meeting, right? So don't think about the meeting going good or the meeting going bad. Just go in with the intention of being your best self, to listen to people and to bring joy to the situation in that moment. Okay, put down the damn smartphone. Stop trying to multitask, because it's impossible to be present when you're multitasking. Okay, sorry ladies, it can't be done. And remember that the movies in your mind, they're not real. So quit dwelling on them and just bring yourself back into the present moment. This stuff takes practice. I'll tell you, I've been working on this for a few years now. And, but the first step is just being aware. It's creating that awareness that we have been distracted, and then coming up with some simple techniques that work for you to bring you back into the present moment. So, a couple things that really helped me out was doing some of the most mundane tasks, like driving to work. Have you ever driven to work and got to work and you don't even remember the trip? I know this happens all the time. So instead of allowing that to happen, stay present in the moment. Feel your hands on the steering wheel. Look and notice the things around you as you're driving to work. Become present in that moment instead of thinking about some future or regretting some past thing as you're on your way to work. Do the dishes. Feel the hot water in your hands. Feel the fork. I don't know, but just be present in that moment and learn to enjoy the journey on the way towards your lofty goals that I hope you have. Okay. Give yourselves and those around you the gift of presence this holiday season. Okay. I've got a quote for you. Remember, depression lives in the past. It's time to move on. Anxiety lives in the future. The only time that matters, ladies and gentlemen, is right now. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you all next Monday. Yes, I'll be here again. You get to get Annoying Dave all over again next Monday. We'll see you. Thank you for joining me.